So I did my research, and by that I mean I looked through the books, and I found nothing. Nothing that would help me at all with the Windows situation. However, there is something we did overlook. If we go over here, and we check out this book here, see, obviously we can go and see the Atlas of the United States, and that's what gave us the clue for the globe. Except, we never went up here. Look, the mouse is highlighting something. Ah!
Sure is dusty.
Yes, it is very dusty. So yeah, this is just me not being observant and being a little too focused on the books rather than the actual solution to the puzzle. For you see, if we grab our little brush now, we now have a brush with dust on it. Hey! In here I thought I needed pencil lead or something. Well, I mean, that's what's traditionally used, graphite dust, when you're doing a makeshift pad here. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Dusty, 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 dusty. Any of these? Any of those? Okay, no, we're good. So, we've got 3, 2, 7, and star. Not in that order. Let me just grab my little padded pencil. So, if I am remembering correctly, it is weakest to strongest, because the weakest one is the last one, or the first one, therefore the oils would have gone quicker. So if I am reading it right, we have 2, 7, star, 3. And if that's not the case, we just reverse it. So, we can't test. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the door. We're then going to be very quick.
It's locked.
And by very quick, I mean unlock the door first. So, 2, 7, star. Alright, it was reversed. Never mind. Wow, that took a really long time for the guy to come to see it. Okay, so 3, star, 7, 2. Got it. So, with that said, now we just call the elevator up to the second floor. And now it's out of our way.
It's locked.
Oh, fuck me. Do that. 3, 7, oh, star. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be interrupted there. Alright. Through the vent we go. These are probably the most solidest vents ever. That or Nancy Drew is just really petite. Climb down the ladder. Honestly, I would be horrified for climbing out of the vent onto that ladder. The angle that you'd have to have and the upper body strength. Wow, that is oh yeah, that's the counterweight to the elevator, correct. That's why that's so tiny. So I can probably go through there. We don't want to. We go through here. There's a button. Oh. of operations then. Okay. So not you. There. So you. 1, 2, 3. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Wait, are we... Okay, we're trapped in there. Good to know. Sound of sawing. The fuck?
Nancy, what are you doing here?
Just we're looking for the castle soda pop machine. What you working on? I should be asking you the exact same thing.
Don't you think I should be asking you that question?
I can explain, Nancy, but please, don't tell anyone that you found me here. If I get sent back to France, my fiancé will give up on me, and I will have let down my family again.
Okay, what does your fiancé expecting you to accomplish by breaking into the Queen's Tower? How can you expect me to keep quiet while you go around destroying the castle? If you're willing to saw through this gate, then you must be the one who wrecked the library too. Well, yeah, why does your fiancé expect you to do this?
What's your fiancé expecting you to accomplish by breaking into the Queen's Tower?
I am doing this for my country and for my family's name. Isabelle has nothing to do with it, except that I feel I must succeed before I will feel worthy to marry her. The tower holds a valuable French historical document. If I can find it and return it to France, perhaps I can make up for my failure at the Olympics.
Makes you, well, what kind of document? Okay, and what makes you believe this French document still exists? Okay, what kind of document?
What kind of document?
The tower first belonged to the Chateau Rochemont in France. When Ezra Wickford bought the tower, my great-grandfather was the master carpenter in charge of dismantling it and preparing it for shipment. One day, when he was working alone, he found a secret compartment in one of the walls.
Then what happened?
Inside, he found an old journal with a royal crest on the cover and a medallion with a strange blue stone in it. But he heard other carpenters coming, so he hid the medallion in his pocket and sealed the journal back in the compartment. Before he could get back to study the journal and return the medallion, the tower was dismantled and shipped to America. He never learned who the journal belonged to or what it said.
Interesting. Why didn't your great-grandfather tell anybody about the discovery? Oh yeah, what happened to the medallion?
What happened to the medallion?
I have the medallion now, and I'm hoping if I can get into the tower, I can find the journal too. You see, he thought if he told his story, Ezra Wickford might get angry, accuse him of interfering with the project, and try to ruin his name as a carpenter. So he kept quiet.
Huh. But he told you?
But he told you this story?
I was his only great-grandson. On his deathbed, he gave me the medallion and told me the whole story. He begged me to come here to Wisconsin to find the journal and return it to France.
There's something funny about a Frenchman saying, "Please, on my deathbed, go to Wisconsin." Sorry, on the deathbed, go to Wisconsin. That's just funny to me. You must feel a real sense of responsibility to carry out your great-grandfather's wishes. What did he think the journal contained? What do you think the journal contained?
What did he think the journal contained that was so important?
The journal bore a royal seal. It must have belonged to Marie Antoinette, because she used to visit the tower during the Revolution. So perhaps it contains her confessions, or perhaps it contains proof of her innocence. Either way, the contents of that journal could change French history forever.
Honestly, yeah. I just don't see how you can think that the journal will still be up there. But how do you think the medallion fits in? What's the significance? Yeah, that's a good question.
I just don't see how you can think that journal will still be up there after all these years.
I know it's possible that someone found the secret compartment when the tower was being put back together, but I have to check anyway. I just have to know. Nancy, do you think you could help me? Let me show you this medallion, and maybe you'll be able to tell me what it's for.
I don't know, Jacques. You seem pretty desperate. Why would I believe you're not the library vandal? Might be willing to help you, but you have to tell Christy everything. I'm sure she'll understand, and then you won't have to sneak around in the middle of the night hunting the castle with that screeching hacksaw. Yeah, we'll do that
I
one.
might be willing to help you, but you have to tell Christy everything. I'm sure she'll understand, and then you won't have to sneak around in the middle of the night, haunting the castle with that screeching hacksaw.
Okay, Nancy, I see your point. I will explain everything to Christy Lane as soon as possible. Now, will you help me? I think this medallion will interest you, and maybe you'll have some idea what it's for. It's in my locker. Will you go get it while I take care of something? The combination is 2665. I'll meet you in the locker room in a minute.
665. That is Jacques' locker. Okay, Jacques, I'm interested. Well, as long as you promise to tell Christy what's going on. Okay.
Okay, Jacques, I am intrigued. I'll see you downstairs.
You're the best, Nancy.
That's what they tell me.
Alright, so we've got Troll in the Dungeon. Old stuff.
It's locked.
It is locked. I do have an old antique key, but we'll get to that later, the next time we're around. Ooh, there's some stairs up in this direction. And that takes us out to here. Well, no, that's pretty cool. Alright, and then we're... Oh, is this the library? No, that's not the library. That's the library, though. Okay. Well, you know what's pretty easy? Take the elevator down, get in that locker. So, with what we've just heard, Jacques, do we think actually that he is the one that vandalized? I should have probably asked, but that is something to keep an eye on, that he may have been the one to vandalize. Or I'm throwing a red herring into the mix. Alright. 665. There we go. The fuck?
Ouch. Oh, someone must have knocked me out.
I just got cold cocked upside the head? Ow.
Headache headquarters. Nancy here.
Nancy, it's Jacques. What happened? Are you okay?
I don't know. I opened your locker, and then bang, I got shot. I got popped in the back of the head.
I don't really know what happened. I opened your locker, like you said, and then it was lights out Nancy.
But you do have my medallion, right?
Didn't find it when they picked me off the floor.
They didn't find it when they picked me up off the floor?
Oh la la, you can't be serious.
I have no idea what happened to it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Jacques. I know how important that medallion was to you.
This is too much. Oh la la. Unbelievable.
Alright, your French is really showing there. Alright, well, we're gonna need a cold compress. And somebody check my eyes so I don't have a concussion. For that, I don't have a concussion. Ow. Alright, well, back down to the waiting room we go. Is the guy here?
Thanks for coming down. I've been wanting to talk to you. How's your head? Did you slip or what?
Just someone must be trying to tell me to get a little bit of rest in this vacation. I'm planning on making a speedy recovery. I'm feeling much better, thank you, but what was it that you wanted to talk to me about?
I'm feeling much better, thanks. But what was it you wanted to talk to me about?
It's just that when I found you out cold in the basement and hauled you back to your room, I noticed all this red dirt on your shoes. I'm just curious where it came from.
Huh. Red dirt? I guess it could have come from anywhere. I really don't know. Hope it didn't track it through the castle. I found my way into the corridor that leads to the Queen's Tower. Well, you know what? He's a pretty... Should I tell him the truth? I mean, it's technically... Well, it's not his castle. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be upfront with him. He's been kind of upfront with me, and a pretty chill dude.
Mr. Egan, I confess, I found my way into the corridor that leads to the Queen's Tower. As you probably know, the dirt in that tunnel is very red. I hope you won't consider this trespassing.
Nope. If you must know, I'm impressed. Ezra Wickford set that secret door up so nobody would be able to find it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting into that tower. Ezra told me that if I could get through the secret door, he'd take me up to see the Queen's Tower. Finally, I got into the tunnel, and when I came out with that red dirt all over me, he laughed. He was actually proud of me.
Aw, that's kind of sweet.
So what was it like to go into the tower room?
I'd say you earned the right to check out the tower for yourself. But you gotta get through that gate, right? There's an old skeleton key in the maintenance shed. Now that the storm's passed, you can go out and get it.
Ooh.
But be careful. It's still dead cold out there.
Okay. I don't want to press my luck with you, but I sure would like to see Ezra's private garden. Where should I look for the key when I get to the shed? I don't want to press my luck, but sure would like to see Ezra's... Okay. I guess that's doubled up there.
Where should I look for the key when I get to the shed?
Don't get lazy on me, Nancy. You don't expect me to tell you everything, do you?
Nah.
You're right, Mr. Egan. I don't know what came over me.
You're a trooper.
Alright, so... Alright, I'm kind of leaning against him not being the bad guy here. Or am I? Dun dun dun. But yeah, no, that seems pretty good. Alright, you're still not there. Are you?
Well, if it isn't Dexter's little Cinderella.
Don't know what that means.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
I don't
Keep
know
me
if that was an
posted.
insult or a compliment. I mean, okay, the reason why... Okay, the game came out much after the... much before the show, Dexter. So, who's Dexter's Cinderella? That's an interesting reference. No, you're out. Alright, well, before we go do anything else... 2... 6, 6, 5. Alright, let's take a look. We've got diamonds. Ooh, a color grade for diamonds. Colors near faint yellow, fancy color, ideal cuts. Ooh, oh yeah, no, emerald. Emerald cut, princess cut, pearl cut. Or pear? That's a pear, not a pearl. Alright. That's some information to keep an eye on. And this is... work for Castful immigration paper. To whom it may concern, your records indicate that your visitor's visa will expire within a month. If you remain in the country after that time, you'll be doing a violation. Okay, so he is a bit time crunched here. So it could be a bit of desperation. I'm trying to be patient, but I can't understand what is taking you so long. My mother and father are traditional people, and they think it is highly unusual that you would ask me to marry you without demonstrating your commitment to me in any symbolic way. You know, I believe that our love makes us richer than kings and queens, but I cannot live on hot dogs and mac and cheese forever. You said you had a plan. You said it would only take a couple of weeks, but it has been 2 months. I can't wait forever. Please don't make me give up on you. I remain your petite chille, Isabelle. Okay. So he is still pretty desperate, but I doubt he would knock me upside the head. Ooh. I was gonna say, should I go get a coat? But I don't think I have a coat. Well, whatever the case may be. Into here we go. Alright. Look around. Oh, here we are. Alright, we've got ourselves
It's freezing out here.
Thing. Here we are. Some stuff. That's a thing we're gonna need later. Let's go with some glue. We got a paper, local buzz, sports highlight, interesting thing.
Gosh, I can hardly feel my toes.
Okay, I'll be fast. Let's not get frostbite then. There we go. Note to self, look for a coat. Ooh. Wisconsin, eh? Nice and... oh, wait, no, we already... nice and cold. That's why we have, what's the word I'm thinking of? Lots of chili and hot dishes. No, there's a specific thing in Wisconsin. I don't remember the name. What is the hot dish? Is it just called hot dish or hot something?
It's locked.
In we go. Oop, fuck.
Well. Look who returned to the scene of the crime. You're out of here.
That was a misclick on my
Nancy.
part. All right, let's try that again. Not with the misclick. Back it up. Go over here. 3*7*2. Beep beep. Chirp chirp. Got that noise and the standard alarm clock beep 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 noise. Just they live rent free in my head and completely drown out everything else. There we go. Open this. Down we go. Oh, I have to do it again? Wait, no. Wait, 1, 2. Oh, it's different! Fuck! It's just a memory test. Shit. Da, you. And it was a 50-50, and I failed that. Oh, fuck that one up. Ba. Alright. So we know the other way goes to the way out. Let me take a peek around here. Yeah, this worries me. I think it's a suit of armor, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's definitely not going to be a troll in the dungeon or some kind of living automaton.
It's locked.
Alright, so... There we go. That's not the other key, though. Okay. Some symbols here. And there. Ooh, okay. Don't know what I just clicked there. We could attempt to jump, but that's not going to work. Ah! I just clicked on the opposite side there. So I'm just going to assume, as the arc goes there, that this needs to be up... Oh, okay. Well, it's going to make it a little bit more complicated, but I think we just have to go from top to bottom in a triangular fashion. As long as we can... click on things. Alright, now hold up a sec. There is a strategy to these kinds of puzzles. So this this moves those two. This is the last. Okay, that's what I need. You always want to know which is the one that doesn't move everything, because that's the last one you touch. So anything that moves... Okay, so this one, second to last. This one, third to last. Okay, that has to stay there. So that stays there. There we go. It was a tiny bit accidental on that last one there, but I'll take it. Don't trip and slip. Alright, something fell over here. Nothing there. Is that something? I mean, it doesn't look like something. I mean, it looks like it's... I thought it was a window and you can see in the wall, but that might just be bricked up. Like me! Anyway. Keep moving. Ooh. We've got ourselves a... slidey tile puzzle. Love to see it. Oop, nope, come on. I want to see what this is over here.
Looks like some kind of prison.
Noted. Some kind of prison. A little cell to keep somebody in. Oh. Well, I think I know what is going to open that up. I'll be honest. I remember this room for reasons, but I forgot there was a slidey tile puzzle. Which, however, I am quite good at. So, well, I'm good at slidey tile puzzles when there's one tile. The fact that there is now 4. Okay, well, the first one we definitely need to do is the dog here, because it needs to be in a specific spot. So this and this need to go there to give this card, this thing a block. So I'm going to put you here, slide you down and around. So that's 1. At this point, then... At this point, then, do we do the rat next? What's slightly throwing me would be... this tile here. But we can actually quite easily work that around and get you there. The problem is getting you out and around to that spot. However, actually, it's not. Because if we go like this, and like that, we can slide you into that spot close. There goes you. Boop and boop. And I'm just realizing the eagle bird thing is going to be the last one, because that can easily go in on itself. The problem then comes from the rat. But actually it's not, because I can just slide these tiles like so. You like there. And then that can go boop into its spot, and then this little fucker can slide right into its spot. Yay! Slidey tile puzzles. See, now that makes me feel smart. That's the good shit.